What is poppin', everybody? Welcome back to another video on my channel. Today we are doing a LSPDFR install tutorial. This one's going to be for 2026. This is not going to be a full install tutorial with all my plugins included. I'm in the process of making that video. It's going to be a couple hours. So I'm in the process of making different segments. But that video is going to be coming out really soon. It's going to be a full install tutorial with all my plugins that I use. But this video is just going to be to get your LSPDFR up and running for 2026, which is going to be like the LSPDFR, ScriptHookV, just the basic stuff. I'll go in game and show you guys how to use the simple trainer and the settings that I use for my simple trainer. Excuse me. The only thing I won't be doing is showcasing showcasing the vanilla LSPDFR, because I don't use vanilla. I haven't used vanilla LSPDFR in years, so I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how to do anything in vanilla, like traffic stop or pat down ped or anything like that, because I use stop to ped ultimate backup. So the only thing I'm going to be showcasing in game is the simple trainer. So I'm sorry for anyone that uses vanilla. I haven't used vanilla in years, so I can't. I'm not going to be showcasing anything in game besides a simple trainer. Because I use stop the ped and ultimate backup and everything like that. So yeah, this is going to be a video on how to get it up and running. I'll go in game, show you how to set up your character and everything like that. So go to the links down below in the description. It's going to bring you to this page. This is going to be LSPDFR. You're going to come to this page here. You're going to go to download this file right here. Excuse me. You're going to scroll down. You're going to click agree and download. You're going to want the manual install. Do not do the setup exe. I tried it and I don't like it, but I mean, you can do whatever you want, but I recommend doing the manual install. Click download right here. It's going to bring you to this page. Once this says success, or it's going to have you click the box to verify. Click download and it's going to download. And then next is ScriptHookVDotNet. Make sure, and I repeat, make sure you're using the nightly version. See how it says nightly right there? I'll leave this linked in the description. But yeah, make sure you're using the nightly build of ScriptHookVDotNet, because if not, when you press F4, it's going to crash your game. You're going to find the ScriptHookVDotNet nightly.zip right here. Go ahead and click that, download it. Next is ScriptHookV. You're going to click this download button right here. You're going to download it. Next is Simple Trainer. You're going to click download button. You're going to download it. Next is RageNativeUI. You're going to want this RageNativeUI.zip right here. You're going to download that right there. I already have all my mods saved. So let's go open them up. It's going to be all of these. Okay, next look at your GTA 5 main game directory. If you're on Steam like I am, go to your Steam, go to wherever your Steam is located. Mine is on my C drive, in Steam. If you installed Steam, my Steam is located here, but excuse me, I'm still a little bit sick. My Steam is right here, but if you installed Steam to the default location, it's either going to be in program files or program files times 86. But if you download Steam and you choose a custom installation, just find wherever your Steam's located. And then go to your Steam apps, and then go to common. These are going to be where all your Steam games are located, including GTA 5. What you're going to want to do is find your Grand Theft Auto 5 folder, and I recommend doing this. You're going to find your Grand Theft Auto 5 folder. And you're going to left click it once. You're going to Control C or right click copy, and you're going to paste it right in here. You're going to paste another GTA 5 copy in here. See how I have 3 copies right here? The reason why I do this, now you don't have to do this, like if you don't got the storage, don't worry about it, because it's going to definitely take up extra storage. But if you're having issues with your game, like crashing, or your game don't want to work anymore, excuse me, if your game don't want to work anymore, you can just like delete the copy that's not working and revert back to one of these copies instead of you having to reinstall the game. So I find more convenient because doing this is way faster than reinstalling the game. So yeah, just go and do that. Make a clean copy if you have the storage. If not, don't worry about it. It happens. So yeah, open up your GTA 5 main game directory. I'm going to be doing this on a clean copy. I made a clean copy just for this video. And yeah, open up your LSPDFR WinRAR. Jesus. Open up your LSPDFR WinRAR. You're going to come into the WinRAR. You're going to Control A. Oh my god. You're going to hit Control A to highlight everything. And then after you highlight everything, you're going to hold down your control key and deselect the license at the top. And you're going to deselect the RPH README right there. So those two things, everything I have highlighted is everything you should have highlighted. And the RPH README and the license you shouldn't have highlighted. You don't need those in there. Just drag and drop everything into your GTA 5 main game directory. Drag and drop, bam. Next is going to be your RageNativeUI. The only file in here you're going to need is your RageNativeUI.dll. That file right there is the only one that you need. So go ahead, drag and drop in your GTA 5 main game directory. Next up is going to be ScriptHookVDotNet. So the only files you're going to need is so you don't need everything in here. Everything in here you do not need. So let's listen closely. The only files you're going to need is the ScriptHookV.asi. You're going to need the ScriptHookV2.dll and the ScriptHookV3.dll. Those are the only three files that you need. You don't need to drag and drop everything in here. Drag and drop in your GTA 5 main game directory, and those files right there you should have. Oh my god, I'm very sorry, guys. Those are only files that you need. Next is going to be ScriptHookV. So open up your ScriptHookV WinRAR. Open up your bin folder. And oh my god. The only files in here you're going to need is the dinput8.dll and the ScriptHookV.dll. The other two files you don't need. You can install this native trainer if you want to. It's a trainer, but it's a shitty trainer. It's not the greatest. But oh my god, I'm very sorry. Excuse me, guys, please. Jesus. The native trainer you don't need. That's why we're installing Simple Trainer. But yeah, grab these two files that I have highlighted and just drag and drop in your main game directory like that. And bam. Is that it? Oh, Simple Trainer. Open up your Simple Trainer WinRAR. The only two files in here you're going to need is the trainerv.asi and the trainerv.ini. Those are only two files that you need. Drag and drop in your GTA 5 main game directory. And that's it. We are going to manipulate our files now. I'm going to show you guys the keys that I use for my LSPDFR. So in your LSPDFR, in your GTA 5 main game directory, open up your LSPDFR folder at the top. It should be the second from the top, right here. And then let's start with the LSPDFR configuration. Go down here to the LSPDFR ini. Open it up. Make it big for you guys. So right here where it says main preload all mod, I'll leave these linked. I'll leave these in the linked in the pinned comment below. The keybinds that I use, so you can just copy and paste in here. Right here, main preload all models equals true. Put that to false. Because it's gonna cause graphic issues. Right here where it says work around DLC vehicles, right there, make sure this is false. I've had this issue for so long. If you have this at true, it's going your backup. When you call for backup, they're going to use DLC vehicles. Like I had, because when you install vehicles in LSPDFR, you got the police 1, police 2, police 3, police 4. But for some reason, your backup is still going to show up in the DLC vehicles and not your replace vehicles. So just put this to false to stop that. So your backup actually shows up in the vehicles you want them to show up in. And then right here where it says ambient dot disable player flashlight override equals false. Highlight that false and put in a true. This is for stop the ped. If you're using stop the ped, put this to true. If you're not using stop the ped, keep it at false. Right here where it says ambient dot disable escaped suspect encounter, put that to true. Scroll down. Right here where it says callouts disable big radar, put that to true, because what's going to happen is when you get a call out, your mini map is going to get big. If you don't want it to get big, put this to true. Like, you know, when you get like a call out, your mini map enlarges. If you don't want it to enlarge, put this to true. And then right here where it says chase dot disable camera focus equals false, put that to true. What this does is, hold on. Oh my goodness. What this does is when you're chasing a suspect, or if you're in the process of joining a pursuit, and you get eyes on the suspect, your camera is going to focus on the suspect. Which means when the camera focuses, your camera's going to follow the suspect. So if the suspect's driving past you, you're not going to be able to see where you're going. So if you don't want that to happen, put this to true. Because when you get eyes on the suspect, your camera is not going to focus on the suspect, and you can still see where you're going. And then I think that's it for this. Yep. That's everything here. Remember, click file and save at the top. Next up, open up your keys.ini. Right here, your keys.ini. So for pursuit menu, I keep that at N. Pursuit menu controller key, put that at, what I recommend doing is highlighting a none. Highlighting like a none, control C, or right click copy. So you can just, so it's easier, so you don't gotta type in the word, you can just paste it. Pursuit menu controller key equals D-pad down. Highlight that D-pad down and put a capital V. Because my pursuit menu is on my keyboard. Crime report. Now mind you, I play controller, so these keybinds are convenient for me because I use controller. If you use controller as well, you can go and copy me. If you're using mouse and keyboard, a lot of my keys, I'm getting rid of mouse and keyboard. So like anything that involves mouse and keyboard, I get rid of, because I barely use anything on my keyboard. But if you're using controller, then just bear with me. But if you're using mouse and keyboard, you can set these to whatever you want. But just keep in mind that I barely use my keyboard, so a lot of these keys are going to get removed. Crime report equals B. I put a none. I use my controller for the crime report. Toggle duty for the keyboard, I put none, but I keep it on my controller. Start vehicle selection for the keyboard, I put none. Again, I keep it on my controller. Perform arrest, key equals E, I put a none. Perform arrest controller key, D-pad right, I put none because I use stop the pad. Perform frisk, same thing, put a none. For perform frisk key equals Q, put a none. And then perform frisk controller key equals D-pad left, put a none, because I use stop the pad. I don't use anything in vanilla. This is why I'm not going to be showcasing it, because I haven't used it in God knows how long. Stop peds key equals E, put a none. Stop pad key controller key equals D-pad right. Highlight the D-pad right, put a none. I use stop the pad. Chase aboard join, key equals G. Highlight the G and put a none. I keep it on my controller. Leave your controller alone right here. Accept call out. So my accept call out key equals Y. I keep that on Y. But my accept call out controller key equals D-pad left. Highlight that D-pad left and put a none, because I accept my call outs on the keyboard, not my controller. Traffic stop start key equals left shift. Leave that alone. Right here, traffic stop start controller key equals A. Highlight that A and put a none. Because what's going to happen is when you get out of your car, and sometimes I do this as well. Like I'll get out when I'm pulling someone over, I'll get out of my car and tap the A button to sprint. If you leave that at A, when you hit that A button, it's going to cancel the traffic stop. So I highly recommend putting this to none on your controller. Traffic stop to interact key equals E, put a none. Traffic stop to interact controller key, D-pad right, put a none. Like I said, I use stop the pad. Apartment save vehicle, key equals E, put a none. Apartment save vehicle controller key. Equals D-pad right, put a none. Actually, no. My fault, no. Leave that alone. Just put a none on your keyboard. Station enter garage key equals E. None. Dude, my cough is killing me. My cough's gonna be the death of me, I swear. Of course I gotta do this when I'm trying to record a video. Toggle police computer equals Q. Highlight that Q, put a none. Toggle police computer controller key. Highlight the X, put a none. I use Compulite. Backup menu key equals B. Highlight that B, put a none. And then backup menu controller key. Right thumb. Highlight that right thumb, put a none. I use ultimate backup. Toggle siren key equals J. Highlight that J, put a none. I use siren on my controller, not my keyboard. So yeah, that's basically it. That's basically it. File save. Those are all my keybinds I use for LSPDFR. My God. I'm very sorry, guys. And yeah, that's basically it. We're gonna go in game. Well, first I'm gonna show you guys how to load your Rage plugin hook. So go to your GTA 5 main game directory. Scroll down until you see Rage plugin hook right here. What I recommend doing is right clicking on it, left click once, right click, go to show more options, and send to desktop create shortcut. I recommend putting this on your desktop or taskbar, one of the two. Just like I have mine on my desktop right here. I recommend doing that. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna double click it. It's gonna do first time Rage setup. It's gonna come to this screen right here. Just wait for it to click accept. Let it do its thing. You're gonna come to this page right here. Whatever you do not change this console key, leave it alone. Whatever you do, leave it at F4. This is why I said that you need ScriptHookVDotNet. This is why I said you need the nightly build of ScriptHookVDotNet, is because without the nightly build, if you click F4, it's gonna crash your game. But the nightly build fixes it. The plugin timeout threshold, I recommend putting this at 60,000. 60,000 is the highest you can go. I recommend putting this at 60,000. Go over here to plugins, the plugins tab. You can load all your plugins on startup. I don't. So what I'm going to click is don't load any plugins on startup, because what I do is I reload all my plugins and then force duty. Because for some reason, every time I load all plugins on startup, my game likes to act up. So I just came to the conclusion that I'm just going to not load any plugins on startup and just reload all my plugins in game, and I haven't had an issue. But you can do whatever you want here if you want. But that's what I use. Go to advanced settings. This is optional, but I like doing it. Disable custom loading screen. You know how when you like launch LSPDFR, it has all the Rage license shows up, like the Rage box. If you don't want that Rage box to show up that says like populating game world, this and that, click disable custom loading screen. That's basically it. Once you're ready, click save and launch once you're ready. If this shows up, just click OK. And bam. I'm gonna go in game and show you guys how it works. I'm gonna set up my simple trainer for you guys and show you guys how to set up your character, and I'll see you guys in game. All right, guys. If this is your first time loading up LSPDFR, you're probably gonna load in as Franklin or Michael or someone. What you're gonna do is hit your pause menu. You're gonna find. Sorry, I didn't load all plugins on startup. So if you hit your pause menu and you do not see an LSPDFR at the top, that's because you did what I did and you didn't load any plugins on startup. So what you're gonna do is click F4, reload all plugins, hit enter. Should say loading LSPDFR, and then there you go. So yeah, if you don't see an LSPDFR at the top, just reload all your plugins. Now hit your pause menu. You should see an LSPDFR tab. Go to your character, go to nearest police station. And then enter the police station. And once you're in here, click go on duty. It's just going to say consuming coffee, devouring donuts, or whatever the cop does. And then it says you need to select a character. Click yes. This is going to be your character selection, kind of like how you make a character online. It's actually the exact same thing. So you're going to create your character however you want your LSPDFR character to be. I'm going to do male. Heritage for my mom, I use Sophia, and I use Claude as my dad. And then my resemblance is my father, and then my skin tone's about in the middle. And then features, go to features. I set all these as standard. If you want, you can use your mouse and come down here to the bottom and literally just do, like, you can just go crazy with this if you want to. Honestly, but what I do just to make it easy is set everything to standard. Just like that. And then go to your appearance. If you could choose your hair. I know this looks nothing like me what I'm about to choose, but oh well. You can choose the hair color by using your left and right triggers on your controller. I do 14. You can choose your eyebrows. You can choose your facial hair. And then you got your skin blemishes, aging, you got freckles, skin damage, you got makeup, lipstick for the ladies. Got a whole bunch of stuff in here. And then once you're done, go down here to save and continue. And you're gonna name your character. Bam. Invalid format, must be a full name. What? Okay. You gotta be a full name. I could have swore they never... LSPDFR has never been like that, but okay, so I'll put in here. I'll put in just Sergeant Sinclair. That's my last name. And then once you're done, make sure you click the character you just created right here. Click use, and then you're gonna go back to the screen that you were just on in the police department. Go to your police locker. You can choose your outfit. I do the cop on LSPD. You can go to advanced customization. You can go to props. You can choose a hat. This is the hat I use. Go to prop 2. This you're gonna be your not prop 2. Go to prop 1. This is gonna be your sunglasses. Your prop 6 is gonna be your wrist. I use this watch right here. Your prop 7 is gonna be your other wrist. I use this right here. And then once you're done, click confirm, go to police garage. Now listen closely. If you're using EOS, there's one vanilla car that's EOS compatible, but you have to make it that way. There's something you have to do to make it that way. If you're not using like a modded vehicle and you want to use EOS with one of these vehicles, you're gonna have to make it like that. So once you come to your police garage, make sure this is the vehicle that you're on right here. LSPD police cruiser. The Vapid police cruiser. Go down to components and make sure both of these extras are off. Extra number 1 and extra number 2, make sure they're both off. If they're both off, this car is EOS compatible. There you go. Go to modifications, apply all. You can do this if you want to. Select and continue. And now you're going to be on patrol. And then one last thing before the video ends, I'm going to show you guys how to set up your simple trainer. So you're going to click F3 on the keyboard, or if you're using controller, you're going to click RB and X, your right bumper and X, like that. So these are the settings that I use. Sorry for that voice crack, oh my god. These are the settings that I use on my simple trainer, and I'm going to walk you through. So go to your options. I use God mode, so turn that on. I use infinite stamina all the way over here on this side. Infinite stamina's turned on. Right here is reveal full map and show Fort Zancudo. Make sure those are enabled. If you're new to story mode and you don't have the entire map unlocked, I recommend turning these on. Controller support, leave that enabled if you're using controller. And then next is vehicle options. Go back and go to vehicle options. Oh, I'm sorry, go back to options at the top. You can choose go back to options at the top. and come here where it says set menu colors and fonts right here. It should be right under the health display option. Click that, and right here you can choose your colors that you want your simple trainer to be, and you can choose your font. Now go back to vehicle options. My vehicle is always in God mode, and then if you go to vehicle God mode settings, all these are enabled. Auto repair and auto clean's enabled. Right here, add blip for spawn to vehicles is enabled. Basically, your cop car will have a blip on the map, so you never lose it. And then if you go over enable vehicle speed boost, I have enabled. Engine power multiplier is enabled. And then if you go down here to set engine power multiplier and click it, my engine power multiplier is 70. I find that a sweet spot. So make sure that's on 70 or put it wherever you want. You can even put it like 200, but your car's gonna be really fast. And then down here, enable infinite boost. I have that enabled. Next is going to be time. Come down here to the time section. What I do is I sync the in-game time to my system time. So right now it is 10:05 a.m. where I'm located, so it's 10:05 in game. I actually like it this way. So basically it's gonna stay daytime in the game. It's gonna be daylight in the game until like 9 o'clock tonight when it gets night by me. So sync time to your system time is pretty cool. I like it honestly, because if it's daylight near me, it's gonna be daylight in the game. And then if I'm playing this game at like 2 a.m. in the morning, it's gonna be nighttime. Pretty cool. And then yeah. And then this is important. Come to your weapons. Go to the weapons tab right here. Whatever you do, don't click get all weapons. I mean, sometimes it crashes. Most of the time it'll crash your game. Right here where it says remove all weapons, click remove all weapons. And then what you're gonna do is come down here. I have unlimited ammo enabled. I use unlimited ammo, but the no reload, I like reloading, so that's disabled. So we're gonna add our weapons that I use as the weapons that I use, which is going to be, if you come down here, you can select all your weapons. You can see them all right here. What I recommend getting is the parachute, the nightstick, the flashlight I recommend getting, and then for pistol, I use the regular pistol right here. That it just says pistol, and I use the combat pistol as my backup. And then for stun gun, you're gonna want this one right here. The MP stun gun, don't get this one. This ain't the one that you need. You need the regular stun gun without the MP. Click that one. And then go over. You're gonna want the pump shotgun. And then you're going to want the carbine rifle down here. Those are the weapons that I use. As you can see them all in here. Those are the weapons that I use as playing as a cop. And then what I recommend doing is open up your simple trainer, go back to weapons, go back to the beginning, to where it says weapon attachments and tint menu right here. Click that. We're going to add a flashlight to all our guns. So what you're going to do is open up your weapon wheel, pull out your pistol, and then you're going to select flashlight and you're going to scroll over to flashlight and select it, and it should say flashlight added. Open up your weapon wheel and choose your next gun. Put on a flashlight. Open up your weapon wheel, choose your next gun, put on the flashlight like I'm doing, and put on the flashlight. And flashlight should be on all these guns. I use a flashlight on all my guns. Next, go back, go down to weapons load save menu right here, and then you're gonna save all weapons to slot 1. What this does is basically when you load into game, you can come back here and load all weapons to slot 1. If you click load all weapons, it's going to load everything that you just added, which is pretty cool. Now when you're done doing this, when you're done editing your simple trainer, make sure you save your settings. So what you're going to do is go back to options at the very top, and you're going to go over and you're going to go all the way to the bottom. It says save settings to trainerv.ini. That's what you're going to do. You're going to save all your settings to trainerv.ini. Yeah, that is basically it. I'm gonna show you guys one more cool tip and trick. If you click M, click the M on your keyboard and go to police radio. you can choose what you want your officer to do, like when he's using his radio. So you can do shoulder, chest, earpiece, or handheld. I use shoulder. I mean, I guess the handheld's pretty cool. But when he's using his radio, this is the animation that he's gonna use, which is pretty cool. And then go down to walk style, and put your walk style to cop. And basically, what he's gonna do, if you give him a minute, when you stand for so long, he's gonna put his hands on his belt, kind of like a cop would, which is pretty cool. And yeah, that's basically my LSPDFR. Of course, I'm not installing all plugins. That's going to be for a separate video. That's going to be my full install tutorial for 2026 coming out here soon. I got to get started on it. But yeah, this is how to get your LSPDFR up and running in 2026. I'm hoping you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to smash that like button. Let me know if you need any help. You can always ask in the comment section. I'm willing to help you when I can. It's just if I get a lot of comments, I'll get to you when I can, honestly. But I'll make sure to get the support that you guys need. If you have any issues, please let me know down in the comments. I'm eventually going to be opening up a Discord server with a dedicated support channel and team, and probably support tickets. But for right now, you guys can just leave your questions in the comment section, and I'll be happy and glad to help. But that's gonna be all for the video, and I'm hoping you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.